Oh, damn it. I started up my old game. Whoopsie doodle. I think I was a big mutated foot. Gamer. There we go. I know I stream once more. It happens. Sometimes. Very rare. Very rare. Today we're gonna be playing Rogue Trader. We're gonna be making deals that you people in the Imperium didn't find possible. In fact, we might end up as the most powerful rogue trader of all time.
Trump RP.
Very sad. Very sad. The Inquisitor is over there trying to tell me what I can and cannot sell to space pirates, entrepreneuring pirates, salt of the earth pirates. There's a whole fuckload of preface to this, so I'm gonna give it a minute to cook so you guys can take in the tones. After I can smoke weed, mainly the tones.
DL Trade. Rogue Grinder.
You know, I'm something of a rogue trader myself. I've never even made it to the colony like managing aspects, so don't expect this to be good. We're gonna be playing on normal difficulty and I'm just doing it for fun. Alright. We are gonna take up the mantle of a rogue trader, the scion of an ancient dynasty, of daring privateers that reign over the trade protectorates, and explore the fringes of the known galaxy. Darkness looms over the bloodline of Von Valencius, as it faces multiple threats from within its own ranks and without, as countless enemies seek to destroy the most daring and brave agents of humanity. It is up to you to hold the reins of the shattered protectorate and forge a new path for the Von Valencius dynasty, currently finding itself in the vortex of wars, intrigues, calamities, and heresy. The stakes are high, and rise even higher as you cross paths with terrifying, powerful, and ambitious adversaries in the darkness of the Kronos expanse. And then I have the new DLC that makes it so we can get a cute assassin girl to be our romance partner. We're playing on normal. I don't know if we should do Grimdark yet. We're gonna create our own character from scratch because we have to make a man who seems like he's definitely gonna become a heretic. Or woman. I shouldn't be racist. It can be women too. Don't want none of those fucking purity seals. Don't want the Inquisitor on my fucking book. They're all covered in purity seals. Not this guy. He's missing a fucking arm and you can't even do that in the game. Let's make that man paler. Having a chaos symbol on my fucking arm seems a little bit on the nose.
College was a crazy time.
On a man this
Just saw my first
corpulent
wasp of the season.
and fat, you would really think he wouldn't be covered in this many fucking terrible tattoos, but here we are. You know what? No, we're getting chains on his fucking arms. Augmentations, you say? Let's throw one on the side of his fucking skull.
I'll mention this triumph in my memoirs.
I'll see you terminated!
Blood and mayhem shall be our anthem.
Yes. Oh, I might just pick up the one I was doing. I forgot how fucking daunting this shit is. So we're
Let
Commissar.
chaos paint the stars red.
Forge World Commissar. Or Astra Militarum Commander. I'm not sure which I want to be. I think he should be a Commissar. I don't know if I want to be a soldier or a psyker. Guess that would be a warrior. Fuck it, we're soldier. Why would I need to be from the Forge World? What does that give me? Goldie, I've already seen Wasp this frickin' season. Shit, I fucking don't wanna. I don't wanna. I like my real character. This will be the harbinger of war. Alright, I'm gonna go through and talk a little bit about our dude now. Ugh. Absolutely disgusting stats. I fucking hate this guy already.
Why you bully me?
Kirby Raid from Dreamland Kirby Raid.
Welcome in, Kirby.
Kirby
and
Raid from
Raiders.
Dreamland Kirby Raid.
It's Kirby in the raid. We're just starting up some rogue trading. We're playing as a fat military commander, who's just gonna become more corrupt and evil as this playthrough goes on.
Empyrean, take this sacrifice.
We come from a Forge world. Forge worlds are the dominion of the Adeptus Mechanicus. Entire planets ceded to the demands of the vast macro industries. Each is manufacturing super complex of unimaginable capacity and power. Over the millennia, different Forge worlds have become especially renowned for their philosophies or ways of war. These are often colored by the technologies they specialize in. Manufacturing. The bulk of a Forge world's population is utilized as labor force. Whilst the fortunate few may be inducted into the ranks of the Adeptus Mechanicus itself. We were forged for a purpose, and that purpose was war. Because after giving our subskin armor, we were sent off to become a commissar in the Imperial Guard. Commissars of the Officiato Prefectus are ruthless officers charged with maintaining morale, discipline, and fighting spirit of their Astra Militarum regiment. You used to be one of these faithful servants of the God Emperor.
I need a shower.
A living symbol of authority, regarded with a mix of fear and awe by their subordinates. My name has become synonymous for loyalty and valor, and your visage has adorned many Imperial Guard propaganda posters. The souls of all those who have perished, and brutal offensive still haunts your nightmares and tortures your soul. Otherwise, we've went on to become a soldier, because I just want to use a heavy bolter and not care about friendly fire. Here's our starship, the Harbinger of War. It's big, it's beautiful. Get used to it. And that's our character. This is Harry Hub, soon to be rogue trader of the Von Valensis dynasty.
An excellent place for contemplation. One has the best view of the cathedral from here. Mesmerizing, wouldn't you say? An impeccable manifestation of the God Emperor's sublimity.
All this obstinance, luxury, this laughable pretense, it's enough to make one think that the architects might have been compensating for something rather than trying to glorify.
An interesting perspective. However, allow me to offer you a bit of advice. In the interests of your own well-being, you should frame your thoughts with greater piety. Demonstrating such a lack of care when choosing your words might be viewed by certain people as evidence of insufficient trepidation before the God Emperor, the master of humanity.
I merely criticized the countless architects of this place, nothing more.
I understand, but the particularities of my craft have made me a perceptive individual, capable of seeing through to the root of things. Unlike millions of his devout servants. Trust me, your words could easily be interpreted a different way, especially by one inclined to do so. Allow me to introduce myself. Conrad Voigtveer, Master of Whispers, in the employ of Her Ladyship Rogue Trader Theodora von Valencias, at your service. I haven't had the pleasure of speaking with you in person before.
Divisional Commissar of the Officio Perfexis. Harry, it doesn't matter about my last name, don't worry about it.
My regards, Commissar. Finding you was a difficult task given your parents' fate, and your upbringing in the Schola Progenium. Truly our meeting is an act of providence, is it not? I will be frank with you. You may forget your past titles, no matter who gave them to you, or what their origins are. From the moment you and the other candidate were brought aboard this voyage ship, your fate changed. You now serve Lord Captain Theodora von Valencias, and carry the burden of an heir of this house. Henceforth, you share your dynastic name with Her Ladyship. Bear it with honor.
Lord Captain, a strange title for this Lady Theodora.
Such are the traditions of the Imperium. Lord Captain is the title that was established in the annals of the Lex Imperialis, at the time when the first rogue traders entered the God Emperor's service, and therefore, it is sacrosanct.
You have a curious title as well, Master of Whisperers. What are your responsibilities?
To put it plainly, I am the head of the network of spies and informers who serve the interests of House von Valencias. I uncover weak links both among Lady Theodora's retinue and in the ranks of her rivals. I eliminate our vulnerabilities and exploit those of others.
Well, then I assume you had some goal in mind when you decided to seek me out. So let's address it.
But of course, I have come to invite you to a meeting with Lady Theodora. I imagine you have many questions for your patroness, and I'm sure she has just as many questions for you. It is regrettable that you haven't yet had an opportunity to speak. It has been an arduous voyage thus far. The Lord Captain and Master Ethelthrad von Valencias are conversing on the observation platform. Let us join them there.
Intriguing.
So there's plenty of things that you can go around and interact with. You can talk to all these little dudes and they'll give you little quips about what's going on. But none of that matters. They're the little people. Well below my great standing. But not worthy of my time.
One of the Fon Valencia's trophy rooms. Perhaps you would like to take a look around after your audience with the Lord Captain.
No, thank you.
What's happening?
Run! The servitors have gone berserk!
Blood and mayhem shall be our anthem. Amidst the carnage, I find purpose. Purpose guides me.
Ah, damn. I should use that. I'll use it next time.
Ruin beckons. I will triumph.
Oh, damn. Not the heckin' officer.
Purpose guides me.
I'm gonna die here.
For the glory of the Imperium!
What a satisfying demise.
What suspiciously poor timing for such an accident. Servitors malfunction on the officer's deck at exactly the same moment when the rogue trader and her heirs are gathered here. I have blocked all passages between the upper and lower sectors of the residential decks. If this is a deliberate attack, it should stop the culprits from advancing their plan.
Thank you, Conrad. You're a good man and very trustworthy. Spread out. No one is allowed.
I'm afraid I must remain here. For Lady Theodora's safety, I have to
I
oversee
like
the
him.
execution of these orders personally. I hope you will have no difficulty reaching the observation platform on your own. It is just at the end of this corridor.
I'll need a man of his
The world
talents when I take
trembles beneath
control
my
of the ship.
feet.
That is simply irrational, Lady Theodora. Assimilation into the trade structure would be political and economic suicide. Practically an admission of heresy.
Then suggest an alternative that will satisfy me. I have described the situation. No worse than my seneschal could have done. Make a decision. What will you do with Ion 6, Edelthrad?
I am here to speak with the Lord Captain.
What is this? Is this someone from your retinue, Theodora? Do you permit your people to interrupt your conversations in such a fashion?
I give that permission to those with something of substance to say. Let us see if it was worth it. This is the second candidate for the title of my successor. Step forward. Consider this hypothetical situation. Ion 6. A new world on the fringes of the Coronis Expanse. High seismic activity, regular magma eruptions, metamorphic rock deposits, prospects for large-scale mining. The world is populated by natives who worship some heretical underworld spirits that protect those who offer them sacrifices. Flights of fancy, you might say, but attempts to install ore extractors have failed for the second time. The mining crew sent to the planet's surface simply vanished overnight. My question to you is, what would you do with this poisoned treasure?
My lady, I am a former commissar. I will continue to send in more people, one craft after another, until someone succeeded in service to humanity in the conquest of the planet.
No doubt inspiring each new departing crew with passionate speeches. I have never believed in the power of propaganda. It is only effective in the worst of circumstances, when you want people to die in someone's name, not prevail and achieve.
Such difficult decisions are by no means suitable for those who spend their time cracking their whip at mindless herds. The costs might outweigh the return many times over. Isn't that right?
I find your tone most disagreeable, Ethelrad. You will kindly alter the manner in which you address me, or else you will live to regret the consequences.
Well,
I
I
feel
find your
skeeky
company
clean.
disagreeable, and yet I'm forced to endure such.
Kirby, I believe you.
Edelthrad, I believe I gave you an assignment on this ship. Explain to me then why my senior congregator is still dawdling about the officer's deck, instead of proceeding to the middle decks to commence the inspection of the compartments in his purview.
I beg your forgiveness, Lady Theodora. Your presence has such a profound effect on me that I well forgot the time.
So, why are you here?
There are questions that I wish to have answered.
You are direct. I approve. But you will have to wait. There is something I want you to understand first. My name is Theodora von Valancius Massimo of Scaris. I am a rogue trader in the service of the God Emperor of humanity. And my rights and freedoms are vindicated by a most sacred relic. The warrant of trade, kept aboard this very vessel. Mine is the honor to venture into the darkness, beyond the Imperium, and carry humanity's light where powers wicked and heretical reign, and bow death and ruin to us all. It is my decision alone to determine the fate of whatever I find past the bounds of the explored void. Every world I discover, along with all there is to find thereon. Resources, people, riches, and mysteries, is mine by right. I command millions of lives, rule over numerous planets, and possess fortunes that no planetary governor or commander could dream of amassing. And you are one of those with Fon Valancius blood in their veins and a rightful claim to this inheritance when the hour comes.
And I am ready to take on this sacred purpose.
Oh yes, you would be, wouldn't you? The question is, am I ready to choose you over the rest? You came aboard hours before the warp jump, and have not yet distinguished yourself in any way. As things currently stand, I have doubts that you are suitable for the role of rogue trader. Blood right alone is not enough to earn the high honor of becoming the bearer of a warrant of trade. Nonetheless, your abilities and talents may yet prove useful. If not for the role of Lord Captain, then for that of their closest ally. Alas, even those responsibilities can at times be too challenging for those who share your blood. Kunrad Voitvir served me for many years before he made his mistake.
Did I hear you correctly? The Master of Whispers is related to you?
His kinship to me is most distant, as is yours. Nonetheless, he does bear the name Fon Valancius, even if he avoids using it publicly, and as such, strictly speaking, can be considered my heir. That door, however, is closed to him. Voitvir's performance in his current role is satisfactory. Or it used to be, at least.
One of. Does that mean there are other heirs besides myself?
Naturally. Some have yet to arrive on board, but you have had the pleasure of meeting one of them. Edelthrad may be somewhat disconcerted by the scale of the responsibilities that may potentially fall upon his shoulders. However, I have a good feeling about him as a candidate.
If you're satisfied with Ethelrad, then what sense is there in having this conversation? Why are you wasting your time on me?
Impatience. I am rather fond of impatient people. They are not as quick to resign themselves to circumstance and more eager to show initiative. Even if I do choose Edelthrad as my successor, I will still require loyal advisors. The skills and knowledge you acquired in your former life may prove invaluable here, in the Coronis Expanse. Once, you were a commissar of the Imperial Guard, a political officer who was not afraid to face his own death or to send his underlings to theirs. Resolve, faith, implacability. All of it gives one a unique perspective when presented with a situation where a less steadfast individual could falter. Trust me, your future holds plenty of situations where your commitment to your duty, or your house's interests, will be one of your strengths. Moreover, even changing your family name will not rid you of the fame you previously garnered. I hope it will also help you bring glory to the Fon Valancius dynasty, to which you now belong.
Thank you for clarifying, my lady. Now, may I ask my questions?
I have some time before the Navigator gives the signal to initiate the Void Ship's translation out of the warp, and my presence is required on the bridge.
Navigator, translation? What are these things that you speak of?
Sometimes I forget that people without direct access to a ship's bridge may not know the first thing about how a void ship travels between the stars. Vessels such as this one are capable of leaving real space and traversing into the warp, an otherworldly dimension of cruel and unthinkable forces. By entering it under the protection of the Gellerfield, we shorten the route to our destination, crossing distances that would require hundreds of years in a matter of weeks instead. Sometimes in days or even hours. That is how humanity spread across the galaxy. That is how we were able to build the Imperium, which spans millions of stars.
Where is our ship headed now?
The Rykad system, the domain of rogue trader Winterscale, one of my peers, and rivals. Besides me, 2 other rogue traders exist in the Coronis Expanse, and each of them possesses resources comparable to mine. Perhaps you will one day assist House von Valancius in surpassing both of them in affluence and splendor. I set the course for Rykad on the demand that... for a very specific reason. Perhaps I shall yet apprise you of the purpose for this voyage, but now is not the time.
An incident took place on the officer's deck. Some servitors went berserk and attacked and killed most of the crew.
Is that so? Perhaps the technomats were careless during maintenance. Or it could be the warp playing tricks on us in spite of the Gellerfield. Or perhaps there is something to all the stories about the ship being possessed after all.
Lady Theodora, for the God Emperor's sake, surely you do not intend to start repeating idle rumors spread about by uneducated riffraff.
Enough, Abelard. Such hearsay amuses me. Idira eagerly retells me everything she learns from the whispers of her unseen advisors. This ship is thousands of years old. It has enough hidden nooks, malfunctioning cogitators, and unused compartments to make ignorant folks speak of specters dwelling inside the bulkheads and plotting against those who yet live.
In that case, what are my current responsibilities?
Observe, learn, absorb. It will take time for you to find your bearings aboard this vessel and in your new position. Eventually, I will find a post that suits you as I did for Edelthrad. Until that time comes, consider yourself my aide.
Gracious Lord Captain, surely there are ways I can prove myself to be a worthy heir.
You can start by not asking questions of this sort. I have no need for sycophants. I will draw my conclusions when an opportunity to prove yourself arises. As for when you will be granted that opportunity, only the God Emperor knows.
In that case, I have no further questions.
In that case, I shall head to... Disturbances reported on the adjacent decks. Seneschal, if the need arises, protect the new blood. It is possible that the chance to prove your worth may present itself sooner than you may have anticipated.
Oh my god, they had their ear pods on, they couldn't hear the heretics.
I am the harbinger of discord.
Come to chaos!
I'm trying, buddy.
Emperor, protect me!
My place is at the fore. One view at a time.
Excellent job, Abelard.
Act is heckin' annoying.
Weapon at the ready. Ha! Death to the heretics! Chaos guides
Act
me.
1 is fucking easy.
Just a
We're
minor
literally gonna
setback.
be out of the right card system by the end of stream today. That's how easy fucking Act 1 is in this
Death to the
game.
weak.
I don't have to do shit.
Through chaos, I stride. I need...
3 though is stinky so far.
You don't like Stinky, damn.
Ruin, death shall reign.
I'm sorry to hear that. That sucks ass,
Purpose
man.
guides me. Out of my way!
I looked up just kind of like spoiler free what to expect. It says just make your own
A
team
tactically
if you're doing
sound approach.
Heretic run.
Reduced to dust!
Cause the sister battle's gonna leave me. Fucking Abelard won't take my shit for long.
Die! Brace yourself, Abelard.
Satch.
Leave Abelard alone.
Descend upon the weak.
Oh fuck.
Don't touch me.
I love how that's the voice they
No
gave
mercy for
Theodora.
heretics.
They couldn't even have that old lady grunt a bit.
Mort, take a team with you and clear a path to the transport line. Do not let a single whoreson survive. Didn't bat an eye when that scum burst onto the deck, huh? Not bad. I have seen many an officer who panicked at the sight of combat on the upper decks. The false sense of security offered by their position makes them that much more vulnerable to the harsh realities of warp travel.
What are your orders?
Mort has gone on ahead to clear a path for us. If you want to make yourself useful, go after him and see if the Arch-Militant requires aid. And be quick about it.
Embrace true power.
Thank Providence you are alive and well.
Always on time, eh, Coonrad? The moment we finish chasing the riffraff around the deck, you show up. Always just after the fighting's done. You could set your chrono by it.
Mort, hold yourself together.
What, did the Lord Captain send you to chivvy us along? We're all done here. I'll report right away.
Master of Whispers, what is happening on my ship? The Voxnet is silent. The Voxmaster is not responding. Armed assailants have stormed the officer's deck, and my arch-militant just destroyed several more heretics on the way here. Is this a severe case of warp madness? Have some of my crew lost their minds and forgotten who they are and whom they serve? Report!
I have not yet received word from the Engineerium regarding any Gellerfield failures, but communications were already unstable half an hour ago, and now they have ceased altogether. Whatever the cause may be, the consequences are spreading fast. I am receiving scattered reports from the middle decks, and the only voxcasts from the lower bays are one-way heretical gibberish. That the madmen have already reached the officer's deck, suggests that this outrage was planned in advance. Perhaps this is an organized mutiny.
If this is indeed a severe case of warp madness, then the situation is dire.
You don't know the half of it. There's only one thing worse than the warp addling the brains of our crew, and that's the warp itself crawling all over our decks. I shouldn't even think about it. It's bad luck. Your orders, Lord Captain.
First, we have to confirm that the bridge and the navigator's sanctum are secure. And I have the means to do both things at once. Edelthrad, where is he? I must know if he is unharmed. A psyker aboard a ship that is potentially being assailed by the warp could pose a greater threat to himself and others than a whole army of madmen with improvised weapons.
I tried to locate him, but the last thing known about his movements is that he arrived on Transitional Deck 18.
Blast it! Master of Whispers, find Edelthrad immediately. Seneschal, locate Tlas and the Sister of Battle. Both are to remain at my side. Arch-Militant, with me. I must go to my study. And it appears we might encounter heretics along the way.
If I may, Lord Captain. Transitional Deck 18 is at the heart of the disturbance, and if our goal is to bring Edelthrad back, I could use some support. After all, I'm not as adept at directly confronting enemies of the House as the esteemed Arch-Militant, and taking into consideration Edelthrad's psychic powers.
Then it's settled. Find Edelthrad and bring him here. In whatever state you find him. This elevator leads to restricted compartments such as my personal chambers and the bridge. Do not let me down. I require you both. Do you understand?
I hear and obey, Lord Captain.
Then move out! Mort, come.
Are you ready to head to 18? It is a long walk, and you do not even have proper gear.
I have a proposition. Since I am the more important person here, how about you go in front of me to shield me from potential threats?
Oh, certainly. Lady Theodora would be devastated if she were to lose one of her precious heirs. But that is no longer relevant.
Something hits you with a hard, sharp crackle, and then you're consumed by unbearable, gut-wrenching pain.
Yeah.
I promised you a special destiny, Harry. It's time to fulfill it. Did he promise me that? I don't think he promised me shit. Ow.
Careful, careful. Be gentle with our guest. He has an important mission to complete during our visit to the Warrant Chamber. And for that, I need him breathing. Oh, you are back with us, I see. Delightful.
Conrad, you two-faced scum. You're the one behind all this mayhem.
How perceptive of you. I'll help you with the next insight. I need you here for your
Loyal.
blood. You have the option to share it voluntarily.
Hi, Heretic.
Or I will squeeze
Howdy.
it out of you myself.
Don't squeeze it. Howdy, Fireflint.
We are in the anteroom of the Warren Chamber, this void ship's most hallowed vault. There, beyond those gates, lies the relic that gives Theodora all of her power.
How's it going?
The sacred Warrant of Trade. Only one obstacle remains on my path to obtaining it. The gates of the chamber are guarded by the Sentinel, an ancient device that will only open the door to a true heir of the dynasty. I expected to do this part myself, but never mind. You will offer your blood to the Sentinel.
We were taken onto a ship at the edge of the galaxy to potentially be made its captain one day. And now we're being betrayed by a thin-blooded person of our same dynasty. Absolute coward. Snake in the grass, piece of shit. I thought he was gonna be my #1 boy, ride or die. He even has a purity seal on him, so what he's doing is illegal. He shouldn't be being mean to me, but he wants my blood.
OMG, he deserves death.
I know, a lot of people are gonna die. You see, before being taken onto the ship, I was a commissar in the Imperial Guard, so I knew a thing or two about mercy killing enemies and my own men. It was a big part of the job, believe it or not. What is it, inbred? Is your blood too thin for the Seneschal?
On the contrary, the Warp's blessing has raised me too much above your kind, Fon Valencius. The Sentinel refused to submit to me. But you can help. After all, isn't that what family is for?
What sorry, pathetic excuse do you even have to your apostasy? You sordid, wretched piece of grok shit!
Wretched? What do you know about wretchedness? Theodora's cur! Are you hoping to buy a grain of her indulgence with your blind loyalty? Oh, I know this delusion. But thank the gods it no longer has power over me. Humanity can rot. I no longer serve mortal kind. Once my work is done, I'll make that pompous wench Fon Valencius watch as I sacrifice her entire dynasty and commit their fate to the gods. And you will be the instrument by which I will accomplish this righteous act.
The blade flashes in the dim light, and drops of blood appear on your palm. For a brief moment, you feel nauseous, your head is spinning, and then quiet whispers begin to flood your mind. More and more sourceless voices echo each other, drowning out your own thoughts, replacing them with a singular urge. Go to the gate. Go to the gate. Go to the gate. I will do as you require. But I will find a way to make you pay for this, you filth.
I doubt it, my dear. But that's enough talk. Fulfill your destiny.
In the gateway arch, you see a cognator with a human likeness built into the frontal panel. As you approach, the torso twitches slightly. It is a servitor, an obedient automaton created from a lobotomized human being. The Sentinel turns its head to you, one of its eye sockets lighting up with two ember-like irises. You carefully inspect the design of the gate cognator. What immediately catches your eye is the strange alloy that is used as material for the machine's components, some of which is unfamiliar to you. You suspect this might be some sort of aerotech, an ancient relic of humanity's past. The servitor on the gate begins to move. With the screeching and groaning of metal, it leans forward closer to you. Its lower jaw opens with a drawn-out shriek, much wider than the jaw of a living human could. The servitor's mouth is filled with sharp, metallic fangs that glint in the dim light. The vid screen to the right of you lights up, showing strings of mysterious symbols on green background. A whisper runs through your consciousness, insisting, demanding sacrifice. The voices that filled your head after Conrad wounded you with his blade did not go away. On the contrary, their source coiled itself into a tight-knit knot somewhere deep in your mind. No, look at the Sentinel. The servitor looks noticeably different from the ones that you're used to. Its skin covering it is stitched together with copper thread. It has metal hinges in place of the standard joints. It seems that the creator of the Sentinel did everything to ensure that its service life of the unit would be much longer than that of an ordinary automation. You look around in hopes of finding at least something that could work as a weapon. You search in vain. The chamber ante-room is completely empty and in perfect working condition. Nary a broken panel or a protruding piece of rebar in sight.
Did you forget something? I suggest you hurry.
The Sentinel's jaws clamp around your hand, puncturing your skin and sinking into your flesh. A few dark drops of blood fall into the servitor's throat, and immediately you hear humming as the servo motors
Sounds
start
painful.
up. The pumps stir into motion. The vid screen of the cognitor flickers. Several minutes pass. The Sentinel's jaws remain closed, and you are beginning to feel sick. Perhaps you were to lean against the gate, you could catch your breath. Maybe even your eyes, and pretend that nothing ever happened.
High levels of caustic humus. The subject is in a state of heightened stress. Do you require assistance?
You do not understand where the quiet voice is coming from. Crackling like static. Is it the Sentinel? The Cogninator? Is it a filament of your weary mind? Whatever it is, you can clearly hear every word. I suppose this is the onset of the warp madness they warned me about.
Request accepted. Initiating defense protocol.
Well, there is still another way.
The enormous gauge matched the importance of the thing they protect. The massive doors are made of heavy metal and look impregnable.
The world will bow.
Yet here I am, inside of them. Let it be known that by my will and by the true words of this document I appoint this person to be the bearer of the warrant of trade. To be a paragon of humanity, unbroken by adversity, to walk bravely first into darkness, to triumph over nightmares untold, to boldly hold the reins of fate.
Escort the child of the house to safety.
What madness is happening here? Who are you? Who addresses me?
Temporary obnubilation following acute stress. Mobile unit of the Warrant Sentinel standing by.
Are you the Warrant Sentinel?
Mobile unit of the Warrant Sentinel designed as a personal escort of the child of the house and a means of communicating with the rogue trader's subjects. Mobile unit standing by.
I need a weapon. I am utterly defenseless.
Distance from the current location to the nearest arsenal. Initiating situational calculations.
The servo skull goes silent. Its relay is clicking. Second after second passes and you realize that the servo skull will not answer you. I need to contact someone, preferably Theodora.
Voxcast frequencies disrupted. Initiating setup. Establishing connection. establish two-way connection.
Fine. Lead me away from here.
Middle and upper decks. Assuming the probability of safe placement in areas of concentration of armed units, calculating. To prevent unauthorized units from breaching the warrant chamber, preemptive sealing must be initiated. The mobile unit will start executing the received order immediately after the safety of the warrant is secured.
Let's seize the opportunity.
Oh, damn.
Run, fools, or fall!
He's not even wearing pants.
Master! Whatever are you doing in the warrant chamber? How did you... Throne preserve me! What is the meaning of this?
Seneschal Abelard Worsen has lost some of his former polish. His forehead is sweating and one of his sleeves of his coat is torn and soaked through with blood. Nonetheless, despite his heavy breathing, he stands firm and his gaze is demanding. Conrad is a traitor. When we parted ways at the officer's deck, he stunned me somehow and brought me here.
What?
He intended to take revenge on Theodora for something, and trying to reach the warrant was somehow part of that plan.
Oh, holy God, Emperor! I presume he is the one responsible for the mutiny. And, Master, I wish to remind you that you are to refer to the Lord Captain as Lady Theodora.
Voidveer openly admitted that he was the mastermind behind the mutiny.
Saint's blood! And it is small wonder that the heretics are so well organized. I thought his order to seal the passages between decks was his attempt to stop the attackers from spreading to other levels. But now I see the real reason. It was to stop the enforcers from intervening. At least you are alive, and now safe, Master. Alas, I doubt we can afford to look for a compartment to sit out this disaster. You're in a bad way. I can treat your wounds. I have a Medicaid kit with me. And, for the love of the throne, now is not a good time to be walking around the decks without means of self-defense. Here.
Will up on my back? It will, okay. I don't know what we're gonna do without Abelard if that happens later on.
Look no further.
Who will be my medic?
Let me help. That is a noticeable improvement. Now you're prepared for the trials ahead. The lower decks are teeming with heretics instigating the rabble to revolt. But that is the least of our problems. The ship's enforcers are rounding up the scoundrels and suppressing the resistance. The situation on the middle decks is much worse, although strike teams have already been dispatched there. All communication with the bridge and the engineering bay was lost. So, apart from scattered voxcasts, we have no information to go on. But that is not the worst of it all. All these jolts and shaking are most alarming. These are signs that the navigator and the master helmsman are having difficulty translating the ship out of the warp and into real space. I fear that they may have already lost control. We must reach the navigator's sanctum and get a handle on the situation. If we can manage that, some aboard this vessel may yet survive.
The Navigator's Sanctorum. Very well. Will you lead the way?
Absolutely. Let us proceed.
You
The Lord Captain is calling her crew to battle, which means the Vox networks are set up for broadcast transmission, not message exchange. Splendid. While the rogue trader inspires proper resolve to fight in her subjects, you and I shall prove that her trust in us is well deserved. Onward! Don't you dare to cross us!
Death to non-believers!
We just need a guy in the middle. Yeah.
My ears are ringing.
I serve the ruinous powers!
My resolve is unshaken.
Victory is imminent. One fewer target.
I can't believe he fucking parried that. Oh. Damn.
It will be done.
One step closer.
Oh, that's good.
Purpose of blood-soaked tribute.
Chaos guides me! Ah!
It's okay. You will not kill me.
Stare.
Chaos guides me!
Indeed. Must have care of this one.
You bastard.
At your beck and call.
And it didn't even fucking charge at him. That's crazy. Ooh.
Death shall reign. I won't waste my time on that.
Give me a goddamn bolter.
Reduced to dust.
You know what? Honestly, Abelard, you can just have a fucking sword. That's all he needs. That's all my man's needs. I want the Vox skull to be my companion.
Here, on the threshold of the blinded guide, doom comes from the heavens.
Master, watch your head.
Idira, would it be too much to ask that you phrase your soothsayings plainly for once? That was too close.
Sorry, old man. Their voices are so loud I can't even hear myself. They shriek, they sing, they... Oh, Abala, how they sing.
This is Idira Tlas, personal psyker and diviner of Her Ladyship Theodora von Valancius. Idira?
I'm not drunk, old man. I'm suffering the effects of the warp that is seeping through these walls. I see the ship's fate. To die in the waves of the immaterium, fall under the burning rays of the final dawn. And in the roaring blaze, I see a figure standing. Who is it? I have no answer.
The entity in your consciousness shrinks and claws in deeper. Its claws scraping against the walls of your mind, as if the presence is trying to hide from the seer standing before you. A diviner, are you?
The voices from beyond the threshold whisper to me. Sometimes their murmurs are clear, they grant insight. Sometimes they drive me mad. But I am patient. I know how to listen and discern. But now, with this clamor around me, too many voices, too loud. And you are von Valancius, one of Lady Theodora's heirs. Well then, we finally meet.
Officer's frequency. To all who can hear me, those with a weapon in their hands are to gather on the officer's deck at once. I repeat, gather on the officer's deck at once and prepare to launch a counterattack.
That's Ethelthrat. Oh, Emperor's Providence. The other heir lives as well. Quickly, we must head to...
Not so fast, old man. If we drown in the warp, Lady Theodora's heirs won't be any good to us. If Ethelthrat's like me and hasn't yet surrendered his mind or body to the mercy of the warp, then he can still hold on a little longer without us.
Blast it. You're right. First, we need to deal with what is happening here.
What are you doing here?
The whispers called me. The ones I could make out among all the screams and screeches. Those who are rocking this boat hit us where it hurt. They went after the navigator, our guide through the warp. Other whispers called me to the enginarium, but it was too late. I heard the cry of our master Cog, and the silence that followed.
What? You don't mean the Enginseer Prime is...
Said, without a doubt. And the voices wail, heralding countless nightmares, cackling at each soul among the hundreds that are now joining the warp. The shriek from the Navigator's sanctum was louder than the rest. And it's better that we saved the Navigator than some lever puller from a cooling module or a cook from the middle decks.
How do you know who I am?
What? You think Lady Theodora didn't ask me to peek into the darkness behind the backs of those she sees as her prospective heirs? I have seen you. I have seen the footsteps of your past and the wounds of your heart.
These are the types of words that I say to people that I've only had fucking 2 conversations with. The seer's words dredge up something dark and frightening from the depths of your memory. Your soul has been tainted by the influence of warp sorcery, and it seems that you will never be rid of it. You must see if the navigator is well.
Oh no. No. Nothing is well about him. Can't you feel the chill crawling on your skin? The eyes watching you? The warp ice has already encased the bulkheads. What follows is calamity. But we're not just going to stand here and take it, are we? The state of things in here suggests there's a navigator around. Maybe one who's crippled or at death's door, but still kicking. And since our skin hasn't peeled off our faces just yet, his third eye must be closed. At worst, it's a little roughed up. So what are we
Warhammer
moping
always
around
has
for?
great voice
Let's
acting.
go protect that noble mutant while we're still alive.
You say that until we get to the unvoiced parts, and now I have to throw on that accent.
Powers unseen uncover my path.
Hurry, destroy the field. Don't keep our master waiting. Hey, assholes.
The Emperor is with us!
Your Emperor won't save you!
Damn.
I've seen worse battles than this in my time. Victory is imminent. I will do my duty.
Abelard about to get fucked up. How do you not die? Oh my god, literal ball sack hair.
Death to the weak!
But of course, farewell. Not this Scryer's job.
Oh, poor boy, I can't
That
get
is
him.
not my
I
destiny.
can't get me either.
No can do. Not this Scryer's
Girl,
job.
you're lying.
On it.
Oh, it's Analyze. Okay, that's why. I forgot she's a fucking
Anything else?
operative. Because why would she be? Let's make the character with no intelligence stat the intelligence-based one, is what the game said.
Ruin beckons. I will triumph.
Okay, that was expected.
One step. What a satisfying demise.
At your beck and call. One fewer target.
Maybe I should have given him a little tiny gun, but... Really, Abelard, that's not my problem.
Be gone.
Be gone. What? The creature in the chair appears as if it has become one with its throne. You see pink, parchment-like skin stretched between the seat and the limbs that have too many joints for a normal human being. The navigator is breathing heavily, the air whistling as it exits through two dark gill-like slits on its cheeks. The creature's eyes are shut, the two ordinary eyes as well as the third one that sits in the center of its forehead.
I believe Master Vespider still lives. Well, the servants are dead, but the chamber, thank the Emperor, is still sealed from the warp. Well, we have a chance of leaving this place alive.
I'm gonna approach him.
Your time is short.
The navigator stirs, barely able to lift his head and half open his normal eyes. A dark drop rolls from under the closed lid of his third eye and down his face, leaving behind a black trail. The voice is coming from the Vox grill at the base of his bizarre chair. It is unclear how the navigator is able to produce human speech. Our time is short to do what?
Fall to your knees, mortals, and behold the final dawn.
Suddenly, the navigator's body starts thrashing in place. It lurches forward and then falls back into its seat. Then thrust forward again as its bones crack and its skin tears open. However, the fusion between the body and the chair appears to be stronger than the wild impulses of the mutant. The mutant remains seated, but leans as far forward as he can, his layered raiment slowly turning crimson. The gill slits burst open, forming two hideous, screaming mouth-like pits.
Ah! It came from beyond! His body is not his!
The witch's scream is echoed by the silent cries in your head. The unseen creature triumphs at the sight of the navigator succumbing to the proximities of corruption.
Its march thunders under the burden of hopes. Unseal your hearts, and I will flood your souls with myriads of words and meanings, each one a portent of salvation within me.
The navigator continues to convulse wildly in his seat, shrieking and cackling, but then his fits stop abruptly. His face is drenched in dark and crimson. The dark ooze from under his third eyelid has turned from a trickle to a stream, mixed with blood coming out of his nose. There is a purplish swelling around the eye.
Run. Flee from this place while I still have the strength. I can contain the intrusion, but not for long. We must begin the translation. Leave the warp. But it can't be done without the Master Helmsman's help.
Who torments you?
The Edge. Kneel before the ascent of a new champion. When the rite is complete, this shell will burst, and thousands of Moors will accept the sacrifice offered to the edge of daybreak by the bringer of twilight, the one marked by the will of the gods.
Each word rings through your head like tolling of a bell, as if countless voices have joined in, screaming into your ears. For a moment, you lose your bearings. This unholy chorus must be trying to confound you with sounds not meant for this world. What is any of this supposed to mean?
A rite. A sacrifice offered. Oh. My heart tells me that Kunrad was not deterred by his defeat in the warrant chamber.
What? Conrad betrayed Lady Theodora? Oh, but how is that? How? He was as loyal as a dog. And I didn't hear a thing, I swear.
The footfalls of the bringer of twilight are veiled by the will of his masters. Tear out your eyes. See who is to become the champion's servant, for you need them no longer.
I cannot bear to see his agony any longer. I would rather put an end to it.
You can't! It's only thanks to Master Spiders that we're still alive. If he falls, this whole ship is doomed. Let him do his duty. You know it's the last thing he'll ever do. If he lasts that long.
I want to help me. Never mind that. I want to help you. Just tell me how.
Run. The sanctum will be sealed. I will hold it off. Hold on. And wait for the signal from the Master Helmsman.
LOL.
I will commence the translation. So, run. Run.
Well, I can do that. I'm more walking at a brisk pace. I don't know if I quite want to run. Abelard, my good man, the navigator is still alive, but barely so. What do we do now?
The ship can only begin the translation with the assistance of the Master Helmsman, if he is still alive. It is worth a try. We must get to the bridge, but we will need support. Our only option is to fight our way to the officer's deck and join forces with Edelthrad and his people. I believe we will also find Lady Theodora there. She must have heard the call to arms that the servo skull relayed to us earlier.
Spiders. Good luck. And thank you.
The navigator does not give her response. Black tears mixed with blood are streaming from under closed eyelids, and the vox at the base of the chair is blaring out static interspaced with distant echoes of otherworldly laughter. So he dead, almost. Or he gonna be dead. I didn't know we could get an axe from these dudes. An axe? That could be, one of the weapons we have of all time. You know what? You get an axe. Because why not? You seem like you would probably use that against a human. Throw a shitty gun on your back. I think really all these people are gonna learn a super valuable lesson. And that's that always be packing.
Intriguing.
Like, if I ever become captain of this ship, that's gonna be one of my rules. You're part of my entourage, you always have 2 guns on you. Or, you know, a gun and a big, pointy, potentially electric stick of some type. The Navigator's Sanctum is the private haven of the ship's guide through the warp, and a death trap for anyone left inside after transition to the immaterial. So we should probably
tread
get
a
out.
path unexplored.
A fallen piece of debris that almost proved fatal to you, without Eero's prediction. You would have remained in this corridor forever. Let me know how the sound balancing is. I like the music. I try to keep that high. Same with the voice acting. I think there's a duck down there. Never mind. It's just the servo skull camera that we have following us.
Seems alright.
Your ship's as good as ours! It's all over for you!
I shall pity not your enemies. I shall heed not their pleas.
Somebody shoot this!
I shall betray not your tenets, nor stray one step from them. Take not your gaze from me. Leave me not without your grace.
I told you he would protect us.
My God, my light, my Emperor.
Wow. The white-haired warrior turns to face you, her dark eyes blazing. The weapon quivers in her hands, and for a brief moment, it seems as though she is not going to stop and will instead continue eliminating every target she sees, starting with you.
Sister Argenta! Sister Argenta, it is a relief to see you. We require all the forces we can muster.
Your face, it is unfamiliar. Who are you?
A young woman called Argenta lowers her weapon, and scans your small party with an intense gaze. She then sets her sights on you. And just who are you to be so brazen with your inquiries?
First time I've seen anybody on this ship talk to the little sister like that.
Allow me, Master. Sister Argenta, sacred warrior of the Adeptus Sororitas. Sister, this is Master von Valancius, a member of the Rogue Traders House.
The hour is dark and daunting. Ship abounds with corruption. The faces of friends are twisted by sneers of heresy. The eyes of
What the
comrades
fuck is up,
ignite
Denny
with
S?
the arch-enemy's hunger. I will do what I must
How
to
we
halt
doing, guys?
the advance of the dark forces. But in these dire moments, little can be trusted. So I must know, why are you here?
Argenta gives you another stern appraisal. You catch something strange in the dark depths of her eyes, some internal struggle or a wordless question. In the end, however, she nods. Hey, Wizzy.
Space babes.
Sister, I beg of you. Now is not the time for interrogations. The ship is under attack by heretics. We've been betrayed by our esteemed Master of Whispers. Edelthrad the Heir is waiting for our aid, and Lord Captain Theodora is expecting a report on our success. We are here to deal with the situation, so I suggest we all do just that.
Do not even think to insinuate that I am one of the traitors. I will not let such an affront slide.
That answer does you credit.
Type
Only
who?
the truly righteous would be so provoked by the accusation of heresy.
It's actually because she's right. We're not going to talk about that yet.
I cannot wait to rain righteous fire down upon each and every heretic.
What is a warrior of the Adeptus Sororitae doing aboard a rogue trader's ship? Your orders were to serve the... I can't fucking... the church. We're just gonna call them that. I don't want to say their formal name. Do they not?
Sister Argenta is a guest of the Lord Captain. And that story deserves its own time and conversation. Under more appropriate circumstances.
Enough idle chatter. I am where I must be, and that will suffice.
We must get to the main hall of the deck.
Through this door. I shall join you, for it is my duty to the God Emperor to destroy this heresy.
We will follow. For now, we will hold off any heretics who might try to crawl in through the cracks to join the main assault. And we'll take a look at the generators while we're at it. Those villains made a mess of the cables. Oh, I wish we had a Tectomat with us. But we'll see what we can do without one.
Good to hear it. Sister?
Ready. May Terra's light illuminate our path through fire and darkness.
Yeah. Give me all your shit.
The world trembles
Holding
beneath
off
my
heretics from
feet.
SUS. Good to hear it, Mo. I mean sister.
She is a babe, but she's the Emperor's babe. And therefore not for us. That she's gonna tell me not to do drugs, or have sex, or conquer planets, or have sex with elves, or have sex with zombies, you know? So I don't think she's gonna be sticking. You know, I don't tell her what to do. I'm not allowed to have sex with the drugs. No fun allowed at all.
In the church youth group he was known as the Straight Edge Crew. Speed dating at a family barbecue.
Worthwhile investment.
Suffer not the heretic to live. Let the blood flow.
Katie Excablu.
Abdicating.
I will triumph. I need no guidance.
Oh, that did not quite work out how I needed it to.
A blood-soaked tribute.
There we go, that was a lot better. And now we're fucked.
Good morrow to you, Katie.
One thing I don't like about this game, I should be able to move. If I have movement left, let me move. Don't make me fucking stand out in the open. That's dumb. I killed 5 fucking guys, or like 4 guys. There's like, I don't know, there's a lot of different parts of dudes here. You know, I killed a lot of people. Let me move to cover. Man, you're not gonna like that when fucking Abelard gets over here.
Reduced to dust! It will be done. I took care of this one.
Just top lad.
Victory is imminent.
Out of my way!
I'm not so sure. Was that you? Or
I've never seen it happen where they just don't immediately die.
will do. Anything else?
Get used to that sound, you'll be hearing it a lot.
As the Emperor commands. Guided by faith. Faith without deeds is worth. None can escape the Emperor's judgment.
Okay.
I will not.
I thought that was supposed to give me movement. Don't they count as cultist?
I've suffered worse.
Ravage and conquer. Purpose guides me.
Oh, well, that didn't work out how I wanted it.
Freedom
to.
fighter.
I reject the very idea.
I fight for my own freedoms in this game.
I will do my duty.
You bitch.
Indeed.
Such is the will of chaos.
It's okay, Abelard.
Indeed.
This is gonna hurt a lot.
Cover me.
If you're an Abelard fan, you might want to look away because our boy's about to get hit by a lightning bolt. Well, actually.
Will do.
Howdy, friends.
Howdy.
I never got far in this game. Hello.
The enemies of the Emperor will be undone.
If you're not like already familiar with 40k, this would be kinda hard to get into.
As the Emperor commands, I act.
Wow.
I'll do it.
They shouldn't be loaded.
I serve the ruinous powers!
Pain and duty go hand in hand.
I'm sorry, Abelard.
Ruin back, death shall reign. This is beneath me. One step closer. Amidst the carnage, I find purpose. I will triumph.
Damn, all that for nothing.
At your beck and call.
There is movement in the Empyrean. Anything yet?
Oh, now they show up. Okay, Abelard. There you go, buddy. Sister of Battle, a nice old axe. So, I don't know.
Let's seize the opportunity. Predictable. Powers unseen, uncover my path. Ruinous favor prevails. Triumphant as always. Predictable.
Ruinous
favor prevails.
And we got a shotgun. Herballard's normally up close, so we'll give that to him.
The world will bow.
I need free shit. My lifestyle does not pay for itself, except it does.
Duty prevails.
Good job, everybody. You blew up that door. Now we gotta replace it. Fucking dickheads. Right, lads, into the bridge. Give me all the free shit. Let's go.
Perfection.
Not letting the heretics get any of this shit. No, I can't take away that iconic hat. Abelard can though, he's an old man, he needs his skull protected.
Embrace true power.
We've been blocked off from the other air, so now we gotta go across.
Would you look at that?
The roar of the flames rings in your ears, and the choking smoke makes you cough and gasp for air. You instinctively recoil from the scorching heat, wiping your face. A moment later, a hazy silhouette forms in the raging wall of fire. You are surrounded by ear-splitting noise and screaming, yet you distinctively hear the sound of footsteps, and then you see the figure walk out of the fire towards you. It is Feodora von Valencius.
Are you lost, my heir?
Her expression is calm, terrifying for someone whose body is engulfed in an inferno. One of her hands is resting on the hilt of her power sword. The other is raised in an inviting gesture.
An apparition. A sorceress apparition. Trickery of the warp!
Sister, you will lower your weapon. Threatening the Lord Captain is outrageous.
Aren't you in pain, my lady?
Pain is but a reflection of one's weakness. To renounce weakness of spirit in pursuit of greatness is the only path to heights worthy of a rogue trader. I can lead you out of these flames, show you a path, rid you of pain, and give you a weapon so that you may defeat your enemies. Decide.
Theodora watches you without blinking. Her snake-like gaze almost makes you forget about the fire searing you, leaving burns on your skin. Your mouth begins to salivate. Each word Theodora speaks is like music to your ears. The entity that now dwells in your deepest recesses of your mind is pleading, begging, demanding that you give her an immediate answer, and that answer can be nothing other than acceptance.
Do not listen to this abomination! If there is naught but his light in your heart, if you are resolute in your faith, then step into the flames. The Emperor protects. His faithful will not be deterred by either darkness or deceitful promises. Nor will the fire burn those who carry the torch of faith in their soul.
To the void with you. We need to follow Lady Theodora before we suffocate in this furnace.
The people! The survivors from the middle decks! We must help the crew! Lead them out! Find a way around!
Abelard looks back at the coughing and confused people around you. Over the roaring flames you hear distant sounds, frightened voices, screams, muffled and distorted, as if there was a body of water between you and them.
Then we'll miss our chance to meet up with Edel. What are we waiting for?
I am going to accept the offer for help. Take my pain away, O great Lord Captain, and give me power. You offer Theodora your hand, and the air around you seems to tighten, becoming thick and viscous, enveloping you and your companions in an impenetrable veil. Theodora smiles at you. Her radiant, piercing blue eyes suddenly remind you of Conrad's.
I will show you the way. Go on. Close your eyes.
What? What is this place?
Corrupted Inferno pistol, okay. It's a multi-gun.
I don't know, Abelard. Maybe some kind of secret passage. And what are those crates?
Numerous valuables and trophies are carelessly dumped into a single pile. It seems whoever put them here did not give these items any serious thought. I wonder if I can use multi-weapons. Corrupted Inferno pistol. That's crazy business.
The world
Yeah,
trembles
that's
beneath my
nuts.
feet.
Fucking multi-gun's gonna be crazy. Oh, I don't like the looks of this. That's not particularly good. Yep, I've seen this before.
I tread a path unexplored.
Suicide. Pressure got to them. It's okay, lads. It's okay. Found a cape. And, rosary beads? Just throw those on.
The world will bow.
Theodora von Valencia's body is sprawled onto the large, blood-drenched desk. The arch-militant's corpse, still clutching its weapon, is slumped against one of the bulkheads.
Emperor, accept thy faithful souls. No! Lord Captain, I didn't hear a thing. Not a whisper, not a breath. It was so loud. Why didn't I foresee this?
Because you serve a new master now, witch.
Lord Captain. Who would even dare? Unless that rat, Voidsphere.
I doubt it. Voidsphere wished humiliation and suffering upon Theodora, not a swift death.
It could have happened in the heat of battle. Not to mention that Mort was here, and he would have protected Lady Theodora to the last. How could Mort have failed her so terribly? The Arch-Militant was born on a death world. He had lightning-fast reflexes.
I can look at things in my own way. If you find something that might bear the imprint of the killer, just give it to me, and I'll try to see what secrets it holds.
I'll examine Theodora's body. You lean closer to the body. The cause of death is apparent. What ended the rogue trader's life was an auto pistol shot, an extraordinarily accurate one at that. Theodora's face bears an expression of surprise, the last emotion experienced in her life. Something on the floor catches your eye. A heap of blood-splattered parchment and scrolls that must have fallen off the desk. You lean down closer and you notice something else. Small shards of glass scattered on the floor. inspect the papers. Reports, accounts, dispatches. You go over the scrolls until you stumble upon a document that is starkly different from the rest. It is a handwritten letter signed with the initials XC and a seal with the symbol vaguely familiar to you. And it sends a shiver down your spine. The author of this letter, addressed to Theodora von Valancius, signed it with the seal of one of the high orders of the Emperor's Inquisition, the secret police of the Imperium that relentlessly hunts heretics, Xenos, and other enemies of humanity. I'm gonna inspect a shard that I found on the desk. It is difficult to say what exactly was broken. The object fell on the floor, and that is much as you can discern. Upon closer examination, the shards appear iridescent rather than completely transparent, as if they had been submerged in promethium, which is what we use for fuel on our spaceships. Adira, what do these shards tell you?
I see streaks of color, luminescence, blue lights, faces drawing closer. Lady Theodora and Conrad and what is that? Ah! Something dark, enormous. Oh, this glass thing was something foul, that's for sure.
Tainted witchcraft.
You could not tell if Magenta's remark is directed at the glass shards or at Adira herself. Adira, would you try touching Theodora? We might be able to see the killer through her eyes.
It doesn't work like that. I can try to read the memories of objects, but dead bodies are a different story. Something like that would require her soul. And after what we saw on the officer's deck, I won't risk searching for it in a warp.
I'll examine her bodyguard's body. An auto pistol shot went straight through Mort's forehead, spraying the floor and the furniture around him with blood and brain matter, and shards of his skull. The safety on the arch-militant's weapon is off. The killer must have been a split second quicker than he. We'd best be on our way.
Yes, the crucible of battle calls to me once more.
No, wait! We must see if we can find anything!
Adira, you can't bring her back. Let her go.
Abelard lays a hand on her shoulder.
You'd give up so easily, old man? I expected as much from the sister. It's not like she has a heart. But you? Oh no. I'll get to the bottom of this. I'll find the one responsible for murdering the Lord Captain. And when I do, that scum will regret the day they were born.
Let us savor the coming storm.
The Masters demand your death.
about a guy who won't die instantly.
Victory is imminent.
Thank you for not dying instantly. I know that took restraint.
I will do my...
What a satisfying demise. I need no guidance. Purpose guides me.
Damn.
As the Emperor commands, I act. I'll do it. Faith without deed.
But of course. That is not my destiny.
What? Damn. Damn.
Chaos guides me.
We're just getting lucky.
It will be done.
But he didn't die? Scariest shit imaginable.
Indeed.
Combat servitors ain't no joke.
I will triumph.
Oh, that did not work out for us.
Doubt is for the weak.
What an unfortunate turn of fate.
Powers unseen uncover my path.
guess I should
My
vote
aspirations transcend humanity.
but you know, in a positive way. Can I use multi-weapons? Is that legally allowed? Flame weapons? Does that doesn't count as a multi-weapon? I'm so confused. Can I use power weapons? Like bolters and shit? Okay. I don't even have bolter proficiency. This world is a prison. Okay. No. It does count as a malt weapon. What's that little... What does this mean? I'm so confused. I feel legally obligated to take the multi-perk. Because why wouldn't I use that weapon that God handed to me herself? You all saw it. Abelard, you sweet boy. She a warrior? Dismantling attack. Never mind. We'll give her cover. We will not let our sister in battle fall.
Embrace true power.
Yeah, man. You guys ready to embrace true power?
Predictable.
The Heretic vision is a product of the warp energies that permeate the bridge.
The first sacrifice opens the eye. The second sacrifice draws its gaze.
Not the cutie pies.
Traitor! Right when we needed all forces to deliver a decisive blow, you stepped aside. Do not even try to claim that my Vox costs did not reach you.
Ethelred, who is clutching at the bleeding wound on his chest, gives you a hateful glare.
I sense the mark of the warp on you. An echo of the powers that are ravaging this ship. What is it? The aftermath of the terrors that you had to face? Or an admission of guilt?
Smile meaningfully. I choose my allies well.
Shameless filth! How dare!
Let us leave this conversation for another time. Master Edelthrad, it is with great sorrow that I inform you that Lady Theodora von Valancius is dead.
What? You? This is your doing.
Ethelred looks at you.
Master Edelthrad, no! We have remained in each other's sight ever since we broke free from Kunrad's schemes. The Lord Captain was killed by another's hand, and by the Golden Throne. I can surmise whose hand it was.
No matter what ritual Kunrad is performing there, the warp is too strong. I cannot withstand it. I feel my body changing with every second. The warp is ringing in the air. This is the end. We will perish in the warp, along with the Warrant and all the dynasty's heirs. The enemy of humanity has triumphed.
Ethelred shudders and grabs at his shoulder. As you watch, the sleeve on his jacket burst open and two bone growths pierce through the fabric.
I've seen it before. We'd better get away from him. The changes are already accelerating.
Perhaps the warp does not need to be the end.
Enough talking rubbish. The navigator's alive and ready to take the ship out of the warp, if he gets some help from the bridge.
Then we have no right to bow our heads.
You can see Conrad clearly in the gloom of the bridge. The broken blade he is holding is stained with dark droplets that seem to have pearlescent glimmer to them.
We are out of time!
Ethelred bites his knuckle, desperately thinking, as if a wave ripples across the whites of Ethelred's eyes, and they begin to turn a sickly yellow. Ready your weapons. If we are to die this day, let us die with honor.
I will not die quietly alongside one who is a traitor to his blood. If my last service to the Imperium is to rip out the throat of an enemy of humanity, then such is the God Emperor's will. Accursed traitor! A time will come when you will bleed for her ladyship Theodora's murder. Remember my words, for they are the vow of he who marches toward his death.
What? Theodora is dead? No.
That can't be. Not now. I still haven't.
Your ritual won't be finished, heretic! Oh.
Good job, idiot. You got possessed.
I will deliver furious retribution.
He's covered in the bone spurs.
Purpose guides me.
Oh, good. I'm glad that killed him.
Ruin beckons. I will triumph. Death shall reign. High momentum.
Will do. On it. Will do. As the Emperor commands, I act.
It will be done.
Leave him alone.
Brace yourself, Abelard.
You leave Abelard alone.
At your beck and call. It will be done.
Chaos guides me.
Laughable. Sow the seeds of discord. A blood-soaked tribute. One step closer. I won't waste my time.
Why did I
on
not
that.
foresee this? Anything else?
Damn, he's gonna get me.
Was that you? Or
No. I've been knocked down. Is this guy bleeding? I don't think he is.
I refuse.
Okay. Okay, he's got 2 stacks of bleeding.
I'll do it.
That I can't just run up to him and skittle
I'd rather not.
What's wrong?
Follow my lead. I will do. Reduce to dust.
Can I fall back now?
Am I unconscious? What the hell's going on? I'm bleeding just... I think I'm bleeding more badly than the monster.
Will do. On it.
Just a minor setback.
Why is it focusing on me? Listen, guy, I made a deal with your boss. We don't have to do this.
Indeed.
My purpose empowers me to prevail.
I will triumph. Rend the flesh, shatter the spirit. Ruin beckon. I will delight my masters with your demise.
This ship is a bad place.
I'm not injured. I'm enraged.
Oh no, you made it just out of range.
As the Emperor commands, I act.
Sucks to be them.
The world trembles beneath my feet.
There you are, Abelard. He's a good boy.
Let's seize the opportunity.
Increase my gun skill, as I will be shooting a lot of people. He doesn't need intelligence, just need perception. I'll just make her more knowledgeable about the warp.
The heir is dead. He sacrificed himself to save the entire dynasty. Rivor, Master Helmsman, systems status report.
By the Emperor, it's the Seneschal, living and breathing. Oh, well, there's a tricky question. The old place is so overgrown with foul wickedry, we'll be scrubbing it off the vid screens for throne knows how long.
We need to re-establish contact with the Navigator's Sanctorum. It's our only chance of escaping from the warp. Your words seem to knock the officers out of their stupor, and the air around you fills with voices and commands being issued. You hear someone sobbing, one of the survivors buckling under the stress. Abelard cuffs the crying officer without even looking.
Restore the Vox channel to the Navigator's Sanctum. Ready the crew. Prepare for translation to real space. You may call me superstitious, but translation is not a good time to disregard rules. You are the only one who speaks for House von Valancius. You may not be the Lord Captain, but you, more than anyone else, deserve to take her place in the ritual that is about to commence.
He directs your attention upwards, towards the throne that sits at the apex of the tall staircase. What must I do?
Take the Lord Captain's seat. Order the final preparations. Wait for the officers to report. Oh, blast it all to the void! Translation is a craft, not something that can be explained in a tick. Just go up to the throne, Master. These people are about to do the impossible. The least they deserve is the solace of seeing a figure sitting in the usual spot. Oh, please, hurry. Every second we waste is a terrible risk.
Fine. I'm ready to begin. Start the ritual. The image before you is hazy, swaying in sorcerous currents invisible to mortal eyes. as if whatever is beneath this thin shell is constantly changing while remaining the same. It has taken on the guise of Theodora, but the false rogue trader's eyes reveal the enter's true surreal nature. One of Theodora's eyes is engulfed in otherworldly fire. The other, a vessel of ancient evil, pours into you. A voice seeps directly into your brain without ever reaching your ears. Then this voice booms with the horrors of all the war.
Did you stand in the path of another's destiny only to steal it? You accepted the call of the primordial truth and claimed that fate as your own. So be it. I wove the threads of destiny and held out my hand to you when the flame arose in your path. You took it, and in doing so, sealed your fate. In the future, you will repay me for this boon in full.
It resonates and merges with the voices that have already dug into the foul roots, into your subconsciousness. A moment later, you realize that all the voices are myriad manifestations of the same call that has finally invaded your mind. Are you the one behind all that's happening here? The one who addresses me and guided me out of the flames?
Indeed, for the boundless truth encompasses all. Merely one part of it reached out to you. And answer you did. You could become the new champion.
The aspirant vowed to return with a trophy. A relic that could serve the edge of daybreak. That fate was assured, and the steps chosen. And yet, you broke the unbreakable when you took the aspirant's place. I see you. On the day when the final dawn rises over the Iron World, I see you by my side on that day. The day of my resurrection.
Your head begins to spin, and vicious drops sliver down your cheek. You blink, and you are no longer looking at Theodora. There's the traitor, Conrad, just as fluid and ethereal as the previous apparition. The same terrifying voice seeps from his lips.
Your image is woven into the tapestry of things to come. I am the will of the weaver of destinies, and today I will weave a new thread of elusive possibilities and fickle chances. The thread that will lead you out of the maw of irreversibility. The thread that will help you find the keys to salvation. The thread that will guide you and the weapon of our return to me.
The image is scattered by invisible sorcerous winds. You see Adira, her eyes aglow with the same sinister flame.
The path is set, child of the dawn. The thread is
We'll
woven.
weave a thread to armor
Follow
save
it,
rolls.
servant of mine.
A cavalcade of hazy images, glimpsed of a future yet unknown, pass before your eyes. A flash of crimson, purple, the images replaced one after another in violent kaleidoscope without ever letting you get a proper look at them. Through the rippling mirage, you see a twisted image of Avalon, the loyal seneschal of the dynasty.
Seneschal, the navigator's sanctum is silent. The Vox signal is stable, which means...
Rover turns around and looks at you. He hesitates for a few moments and then addresses Abelard, who is standing right next to you.
The Navigator gave his life battling the storm that nearly claimed the Von Valancius flagship. We will honor his memory, along with that of all who died this day.
Seneschal, will you tell us now? Who is that? Where's the Lord Captain?
As First Officer, it is my duty to inform you, with the greatest regret and indelible sorrow, that Lord Captain Theodora von Valancius is dead. May her memory never fade from the annals of the dynasty. By right of blood succession, and with the absence of other kin who could challenge this decision, it is hereby declared that the successor to Theodora von Valancius is her heir, the rightful inheritor of the Warrant of Trade, and the title of Rogue Trader. The official ascension ceremony will be held at a later time. In the interim... have you lost your tongues? Hail your lord! It is because of his toils that we all still live.
The deed is done, Master. My apologies. I meant to say Lord Captain.
The treachery of the Master of Whispers was fruitless, but victory came at a great cost. Lord Captain Theodora von Valancius perished along with her heir, Edelthrad, and thousands of crew members. Yet hope remained. For the second in line to the Rogue Trader dynasty survived. At the cost of many sacrifices made by the Lord Captain in the name of his own ambitions.
Before I continue, because it's gonna be a lot of reading. Oh, fuck my ass. Yeah, it's gonna be a lot of reading here. So I'm gonna go get a coffee and pee before I piss my pants.
Piss, piss, piss. Are you winning, M-Lord?
Deep shadows of weariness can be seen on Abelard's face. Though the old officer's eyes are keen, they rake you over from head to toe. He frowns and mutters something, and then nods to himself. Well, then, your lordship. You cannot help but notice that the seneschal does not know how to talk to you, or where to begin. His hesitation brings an involuntary smirk to your face, as though someone else entirely is gloating at the old officer's confusion. Seeing your smile, Abelard pulls himself together. You must now hold your first officer's briefing in your new role as Lord Captain. For many of those who are about to join us on the bridge, this will also be their first briefing. We sustained massive losses among the senior officers and middle-ranking officers. Some posts have had to be filled by the deputy's deputy's deputy, while others go unfulfilled entirely. Now the deck clans are deciding who will take over the leaderless crews. Sorry, Lord Captain. Fine. I am ready to start the briefing. Summon the first officers. With a gesture, Abelard relays orders to the adjacents at the far end of the magnificent chamber. A dozen pairs of eyes bore into you, the expressions reveling restraint, joy, curiosity, and weariness. Attention, officers! You've been granted the honor, Lord Captain Harry von Valantius will personally conduct today's briefing. Our most gracious Lord Captain is ready to hear your reports. Yawn. I haven't the time to be listening to every last officer on this hulking rig, Abelard. Give me a precise... What are the major problems and what needs to be done? As you wish, your lordship. The report will be far from cheering. We must find a replacement for the dead navigator. This is a task that is extremely challenging even under normal circumstances. but the God Emperor's blessing is clearly upon you. We have just ascertained that there is a Navis Nobital station in the Rykard system. Such navigator bastions are unbelievably rare, and having ended up here is an incredible coincidence that can only be explained by divine intervention. You should visit the station, Lord Captain, and find someone to fill the vacant post. A sharp bolt of pain lances through your skull, as if in response to what you just heard. You understand. It is not the God Emperor you should thank for such good fortune. The words of demons that appear before you during the translation to real space echo in your mind. I am the will of the Weaver of Destinies, and today I will weave a new thread of elusive possibilities and fickle chances. The thread that will lead you out of the maw of irreversibility. The thread that will help you find the keys to salvation. 2 items on the bad list, sir. Our engine seer Prime failed in battle. Without his assistance, we cannot soothe the ship's machine spirits. Finding a new tech priest in Amagos at the time will be far from easy. But there is some prospect of success. And the third piece of bad news, the last one, unfortunately, crew losses have surpassed 2,000 people. If we do not make good on this deficit, we won't have sufficient hands on board to facilitate normal void travel. The system contains large inhabited planet, Rykard Minoris. We'll probably be able to find sufficient workers there, but there is a matter of some diplomatic delicacy. The planet is controlled by House Winterscale, the rogue trader dynasty. We cannot simply recruit people from the planet without first coming to agreement with their governor. Oh, very well. Is that everything? Good. You're all dismissed. Your lordship, there is another thing. A confidential matter of the utmost importance. Lady Theodora. Abelard hesitates. Your eternally esteemed predecessor brought the ship here to this system for a reason. She was given a secret commission. You perhaps are wondering who has the authority to commission a rogue trader to do anything. And I shall tell you. The Lord Inquisitioner, the Hand of the Emperor, the chief architect of his will in the Chronos system. I came across a strange handwritten letter on Theodora's desk. It was signed XC. You are referring to the contents of that note, I presume? Yes, quite right. XC, Xavier Calzar. Lady Theodora was to seek out the Lord Inquisitor's right-hand man, one Hendrix von Kalox, an interrogator, you understand. All I know is that he is somewhere in this system, and we must find him and offer him whatever assistance he requires, and then deliver him to Footfall in the Furbos system. Finding him without any more information to go on will be difficult indeed, but as an Inquisitor, it is an important individual. The authorities in the system, either in Navis Nobital or the governor of Rykard Minoris, may know something. That is all of it, your lordship. You have a great deal of work ahead of you, but this is a mere taste of the daily burdens of a rogue trader. Soon you must take up the reins of the Von Valentius Protectorate. Abelard gives you another scrutinizing look, as if though trying to gauge how long you'll hold out under this mountain of problems. His face softens slightly, and it seems that he's about to offer some words of encouragement. Indira, Sister Agenta, explain yourselves. Sister of Battle grimly nods towards Indira. The Psycho is suffering from some ailment, or dark madness. She insisted on seeing the rogue trader. I judged that it would be unwise to leave her unsupervised. For a brief moment, Sister Agenta's voice sounds hesitant. I was also hoping to approach you with a personal request. But I can wait. Speak to me when you have the time, rogue trader. Indira's glazed eyes rove over those assembled. One bird bursts from her lips. Daybreak. Abelard, bring the witch to heel. Palas, cease your buffoonery immediately and report the reason for your intrusion. Damn it! Indira presses her fingers to her temple in desperation. Your lordship, there's one thing. I was trying to see the immediate future, but it hit me so hard. My head is still spinning. Something strange is coming our way, and I cannot make it out, no matter how hard I try. A single word is all I can make out. Daybreak. Or maybe it's dawn. And it's just ringing, and ringing like an echo, like a bell. But it's daybreak. Then why is this so dark? We cannot extract any information of value from a single word. Can you tell us anything else, Mistress Talas? No, not yet anyway. The voices are going berserk, all shouting all at once. I cannot make sense of any of it. As soon as I know or sense anything, I will report it. All right? Lord Captain, if you want me to take a closer look into your future, find me on the bridge and we can talk. Lady Theodorsa has served me well by my whispers on many occasions, and I'm sure you would benefit from them as well. The Psyker's bitten lips stretch into a weary smile. If there is nothing else of value to report, I declare this briefing concluded. It's time to get to work. Okay. You've just witnessed me rise to power for not dying. A whole bunch of people died, and I lived. Not just because I'm stronger, smarter, and more handsome than anyone else who potentially could have taken my place, but because I made a deal with horrible demons from beyond the veil that separates humanity and whatever else we are letting into our soul. And that's fine. Because we got a really cool gun that shoots lava, and no, we didn't get to use it today because I didn't feel comfortable using it. But we're gonna use it later today. But for now, I'm gonna send you over to Joe, and you guys can bug her about RimWorld. Thank you for joining me. That was fun. I look forward to doing more. But I also look forward to eating a hot meal, so I'm gonna go do that.
Here. But also, yeah, turn this off too.